everyone. I am really excited to be hosting this discussion about closing the social distancing gap in these really unique times and how to rehumanize your business while we are experiencing a time of social distancing during COVID-19. My name is Tony Adams. I'm the head of operations here at Energize Colorado. I also founded a consulting firm that deals with business management, marketing, and just overall great business practices. I love working with businesses, but I'm not the focus of today. The person that is the focus of today is a very close friend of mine that I have known for a long time and have really had the pleasure and honor of just watching her progress throughout her career as the national speaker at BombBomb, which is a Colorado Springs-based company. Alicia Berruti is extremely amazing. She's a focused business coach, consultant. She's fueled with innovation and passion, which you're going to get to experience here very shortly. Some of her specialties, I'm just going to brag on you a little bit, Alicia, but some of her specialties include inspiring and educating sales professionals through the power of video, social media, effective marketing, leadership, and working through the fear of just getting in front of the camera. Now, like I mentioned, her role, she's the national speaker at BombBomb. Now, I'm working with Darren, who's the CEO of BombBomb currently, to get her title revised to global speaker, because I think that's actually more appropriate, because she's actually had a number of audiences all across Canada and all across the United States. And, she really... Yeah, in Mexico, we'd like Mexico. But I just want to take a second and pause, because I know that you recently had this really cool speaking gig. Tell us about it.
Yeah. I had an opportunity to do the keynote for Century 21 Canada's Chairman's Circle on leadership, which was exceptionally fun for me, because I spend most of my time talking more specifically about video, but it was a great opportunity to speak to business owners about not just what video looks like, but what leading from a more human focused point looks like.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, on a kind of a, self-passion note, you're also an accomplished actor, and you've been doing acting for over 20 years. And in fact, we had a conversation recently. So folks, I am really proud to introduce, we're actually speaking with Cinderella right now. I just want you to know just how cool this is. Tell us a little bit about that.
Not officially Cinderella. However, a few years ago, I was working for a company in Denver that Wands and Wishes, they do princess parties, and was one of their regular princesses and got to be Cinderella in 4th of July parade for Denver. So it's always a fun time. Getting to be a grown-up princess, it's good.
Awesome. All right, everybody. So this is Alicia. We're going to have, I think, a very engaging conversation. Like I said, our focus is to really just kind of help bring some awareness around these strange times and to give you some ideas, some pointers, how to actually close this social distancing gap, because many of us business leaders and business owners and entrepreneurs, this is a weird time right now, because we're used to being able to shaking our customers' hands. I mean, even some of our businesses, we like giving customers hugs, right? And we can't do that these days. So how do we still create that experience? How do we kind of rehumanize this craziness that we're currently experiencing? But before we kind of jump into some things, I wanted to address an audience that isn't business related, but also extremely important, because I think that they will be responsible for the future business leaders of Colorado and America. And it's something that actually Alicia and BombBomb are supporting very heavily through this really cool initiative. So first question for you is, what is BombBomb doing that's so special and impactful to the teachers and students in Colorado?
Oh, thank you. So BombBomb as a company, we describe what we do as a mission to rehumanize, both rehumanize our communication and rehumanize the planet, which is one of the reasons why I love working for them, because I work with people and for people that believe that there's more to what we're doing every day than just making money. So what we do from a rehumanized communication standpoint is we do video, email, and video text. So for business owners, we make it easy for them to easily communicate through video, whether it's first point of contact with a new client or maintaining that business relationship. And that's our primary focus is businesses. So when all of this COVID-19 stuff started rolling out across Colorado and we realized schools were going remote, our leadership saw an incredible opportunity to do something for teachers to enable them. We communicate most effectively face to face. We can retain the information that's coming at us when we're watching it in a video. When we watch a video, we retain 95% of that information, as opposed to only 10% when you're reading it in an email. So we already know that video is an easier way to communicate. And once we saw teachers that were going to have to be figuring out how to teach remotely, we thought, what an incredible opportunity to carry out our mission to help rehumanize the planet and offer free teacher accounts. So we rolled out the entire initiative in about 3 days. Which took all hands on deck. It was incredible to see the team just put aside their other projects so that we could make this happen. Myself and our client enablement manager, the first week that we rolled it out to teachers, we did 5 training webinars so that they would know how to use it. And really, for us, the best thing that we could possibly do with our product is make it possible for these teachers to connect with their students. And the feedback that we've been getting from the teachers is incredible. It's easier for them to teach their lessons. It's easy for them to send little messages to their elementary kids. We have professors and, high school teachers that are using the video to provide feedback to their kids. So currently, I have to look at my numbers here. We have 5,277 teachers using a completely free tool. We made it 100% free for them. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right? There was, we do video analytics with a cool metric called how much FaceTime did they get. And in 1 week, we have teachers getting over 2,000 hours of FaceTime with their students.
Wow. You know what the best part, from this, because I consider myself kind of a lifelong learner and a student. So the beautiful thing about even replying via video is you can't make spelling errors. It's amazing. So, I mean, not only are you doing great things for teachers, but the students don't have any red marks on anything. It's great. It's awesome.
I didn't even think of that. That's a good one.
So you've obviously got amazing data on how this is impacting teachers. It's obviously a brilliant initiative that is helping teachers kind of humanize the COVID-19 and social distancing experience, because kids, especially right now, I mean, I think the largest form of learning is through mimicry and through, seeing people's facial expressions and just hearing the tone of their voice. And, so you guys are able to help provide that experience to kids all across the state, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, it's all over United States and Canada. I actually think we have some international users as well. We've made it free for any teacher at any level.
Wow.
And for us, the relationship
and BombBomb is I got to bring this up because this is probably one of the most important things. You guys are based down in Colorado Springs. You are a Colorado company.
We are. Yeah, we've got some awards here in Colorado as well for growth and best places to work, which I can absolutely attest to that it's an incredible place to work. We are always hiring. So Colorado developers, we need you. Yeah. So for us, the primary the primary driver behind what we do is always relationships, right?
Yeah.
Relationships are what make the business world go round. Sales is rooted in relationships. Customer loyalty is rooted in relationships. The way you serve your
Yeah.
customers, and even now with teachers and educators and their students, being
Yeah.
able to facilitate a relationship. That's really why we do what we do.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, I mean, I think everything that you touched on, and I think we'll evolve this conversation kind of into some of the business world here. But if one word comes to mind over anything that you have just mentioned, it would be the word connection and connecting, right? So, but connection is also, I think it's, that's just a small piece of it. I think when you take connection to its grandest place, you're talking about relationships and relationship building.
Yeah.
So, what tips do you have for businesses to maintain those relationships, to retain that connection, and maybe not even retain it, but grow it?
Yeah.
I think today is, really there's a lot of opportunity because there has been a lot of downtime. There's, just different ways that business is operating, and so people have had the opportunity to be creative and think about their business and think about growing their business in ways that they haven't been able to in the past. So what would you say? I mean, how can people not only retain the connection and relationship, but how can they grow it?
Yeah. I think there's multiple pieces here. I think the first piece is just the relationship piece, right? Regardless of what industry you are in, what kind of business you are running, more than likely you have been distanced from your customers right now. You've probably been distanced from your employees right now. And so the cool thing about video and the cool thing about what we do with video at BombBomb is that as easy as you would type out an email or send a text message, you can simply press record and say what you want to say and send it off. Now, we call this asynchronous video. What you and I are doing right now is synchronous video. You've got to schedule, you have to have the person physically there with you. That's where you have Zoom and FaceTime and GoToMeeting, which have all had a massive spike since we've all ended up in our homes, this ability to jump onto a video call and have that conversation with someone. But this kind of synchronous video requires scheduling, it requires trust and rapport, right? If someone FaceTimes me that I don't know, or I start to get a video chat from someone I don't know, I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah.
Whereas the thing about asynchronous video is that you record it and you send it off and they get to press play and watch it when it makes sense for them. So as a business owner, number one, the first thing that you should be doing is connecting with your customers. And if you are like any of us, we've all been getting these emails in our inbox now for 2 months. We're here for you. We're here for you. We're here for you. In times like these same kinds of email communication of businesses just trying to stay relevant. But think about the difference between getting another email in your inbox from a business saying, we're here for you, versus getting a video from a local business owner saying, we are a part of this community. We are excited to be here in the community. This is what we're doing, right? They're showing up as a human being as opposed to just being more noise. So I think the connection piece is first, being able to just speak directly to your customers and say, hey, we're thinking about you. We're here to serve the community. But I think another thing that you and I had talked about that's really crucial is the expectations, right? Like businesses are going to be run differently than they have been in the past. And I said it at the beginning, when we watch a video, not only are we retaining more information, but you get the sense of empathy and connection and tonality and all of those things that make a difficult conversation important.
Yeah.
So the difference between being able to communicate to your clients, hey, I know that this is different than the last time you came in or what you're used to, but this is how we're going to do this moving forward. This is how we can continue to serve. You have the opportunity to really set expectations with clarity.
Yeah. Well, it brings, I mean, just what you said brings a couple ideas to mind. Number one is think about what the DVR did to TV, right? Like, I don't think I watch a TV show live ever, right? But I watch it on demand when I feel like it. So, I mean, that's really the difference between synchronous and asynchronous video, right?
Yep.
And that asynchronous video is kind of like the DVR of video. So it's like, you can easily pre-record something and send it out, and then it's up to the person you're sending it to watch at their leisure when it's convenient and timely.
Yep, exactly.
But the other thing that brings me to mind too is, again, the setting expectations piece. I learned from a very wise person at one point the saying, conflict arises when expectations differ. And so where my mind goes with businesses today is that businesses need to set the expectations of the experience in the social distancing world, because our clients, your customers, friends, audience, whatever you want to call the people that you serve, those people have a experience that's kind of ingrained in their mind pre-social distancing and pre-COVID. And the problem is that experience is going to be completely different after COVID. And the problem is now you've got this disconnect where there is a difference in expectations and the potential for conflict because of that. So how might you use video, and how might you use this, even good communication skills, to help set some of those post social distancing expectations, so that people walk into a business and they're not, having to knock on the door to get in, or like, excuse me, you got to wait outside until we have 9 people so that you can be the 10th inside. Like, how would you suggest that people deal with that?
Yeah. I think there's a few different places where you should be trying to communicate this. And obviously I work for a video company. I firmly believe in the power of video for many, many reasons, but one of them is the clarity of communication and the way that something is received. If you've ever sent a email or text message that was misunderstood because tonality was lacking, right? You understand how important it is to have tonality when you're talking about complex things. So I think you absolutely should have a video up on your website talking about what to expect, or on social media as well. Having your employees pop open the phone and jump on social media and record a quick video and say, like, hey, we're setting up, we're getting ready to have our customers back, we're excited to see you, this is what it's going to look like. Those are some of the places you should be doing it. And then the direct communication, one-to-one. I always say the difference between video for marketing, which is your social media, your YouTube, your website videos, and personal video, is the video for marketing is spaghetti, right? We throw the spaghetti on the wall and see which noodles stick. Whereas the more direct relationship video, this is, I want to communicate this information directly to you, and here it is. So for example, I scheduled my 13-year-old a hair appointment at Floyd's barbershop yesterday because finally he can get his hair cut. He's been very concerned about this. And I was scheduling online and going through that process. And, they have it on their website, what the expectations are. But it could be potentially really easy for when that appointment gets scheduled to email a quick video. If you've already recorded that video explaining to your customers what to expect, if you have familiar faces in it, just normal, your employees being human beings saying, hey, I know this is tough. This is what to expect when you come in. You have the ability to set the expectations, but you're also doing it in a more human way. And that's, the rehumanized piece is so crucial. We make decisions based with the emotional side of our brain. It doesn't matter how analytical you think you are, that is still where we make decisions from. So decisions like, am I going to go to this business? Does this company have my loyalty? These are decisions based on relationship and connection and the feeling that they get when they interact with you. And you have a tremendous opportunity to build that connection with simply sending a video to set that expectation.
Yeah, that's really good. That is really, really good. Now, we also talked about providing value to the community,
Oh,
right? And because
yeah.
we are in this kind of unique time where, we need to support each other, right? And I mean, we
Yeah.
need to help support our communities. So
Yeah.
we also talked a little bit about this ahead of time too. I mean, how exactly do you do that? Because, I know there's a lot of business owners out there today that, I don't know, feel that, or they default to saying, well, we're going to help you out and give you 30% off.
Oh, yeah.
So how is that a good strategy? Is that a good tactic, or what would you recommend?
I, so I think there's a fine line here between where we've been for the last couple months, where for the most part, my belief has been that sales conversations are off the table. Now, as we're starting to open back up, those conversations are going to start to happen. But as a business owner, the number one best thing that you can do for your business right now is showing up in your community with empathy and gratitude and service. It, we are seeing a ton of small businesses struggling. And, this is an unprecedented, there's that word again, an unprecedented situation where you have an opportunity. Maybe your business is struggling in one area, but how else can you serve the community? We've seen this with, distilleries that are doing hand sanitizer. They're thinking outside of the box of how can I show up in my community to
And some of
serve.
them are donating, and some of them are
Yeah.
donating it
Well,
too.
a lot of them are. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
And that's the piece that people are going to remember. Right? If you were showing up in your community saying, we know times are tough, so if you still want to buy a car, we'll deliver it to your house, feels like, what? That it almost feels offensive to the situation we're in, versus showing up in your community and saying, we're collecting donations for the local food bank because the food bank is struggling, or these are the things that are going to have an impact on your business long term. And we don't do these things so that we can win business, because people know the difference. But if you've been a part of your community and your community has been supporting you, this is a great opportunity for you to just show up and say, how can I serve? Now,
Yeah.
as we're opening back up, yes, those sales conversations are going to start to happen. But if you are doing a good job of being present in your community,
Mhm.
showing up to serve, those things are going to happen very, very naturally. You've done a good job of staying present, and people are going to come to you.
So it's kind of like being present, not setting expectations, just being available and, like you said, present for
Yeah.
people kind of in
Yeah.
a time of need. I mean, even, I think I revert back to the 30% off conversation, but it's, you think about it, and that applies to almost anybody, right? Like, I mean, would you, as someone who is, I mean, I think because we're all kind of struggling a little bit right now, I think in some way, shape,
Yeah.
or form.
Yeah.
So, I mean, would you as a customer rather get a email from a business that says, I'm going to help you by 30% off, or, hey, Alicia, I just wanted to see how you're doing. Is there anything we can do
Bingo.
for you? You
Bing-
know?
Bingo. And that's it. Whether you're doing that one-to-one or in mass, as a company, we make it easy to do both as from a communication standpoint. But that is authentic connection, right? The connection piece, that I'm reaching out so that I can slide my sales offer in there, isn't connection. That's, you're still marketing your business. Sending videos to your clients or showing up on social media in video to your clients and saying, hey, we're here. Tell us how we can serve you. You've given us an opportunity to, grow as a business. We want to show up right now and serve you. How can we serve your family? Hands down, best thing you can do. I had a
Yeah.
client, a business owner, tell me that he had carved out time and he had done 45 one-to-one videos to clients that week. He just was
Wow.
carving out time, and he did 45 one-to-one videos, just doing that,
Wow.
checking in. How are you? Do you need anything? I am here. And from those 45 one-to-one videos, he had 18 returned phone calls. Now, do you think those 18 customers are customers for life? Of course they are. Of course they are. If you got a personal video from someone that you have done business with saying, I am thinking about you, Tony. What do you need? Are you okay? That's a customer for life.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, really this is, sure, it's a hard time right now. Businesses are struggling, but it can also be a disruptive time, I think, in a good way. And that is, I think, the businesses that do exercise empathy on a regular basis. I think the businesses that do exercise connection and service and just really just some of these higher morals, and really the businesses that have this kind of moral compass built into their mission and ethos, and where service really is part of their bottom line and providing amazing experiences. I think these are the businesses that are actually going to be quite disruptive in these times, because they are going to make an indelible mark
Yeah.
on their communities and on their current customers and clients.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's pivot a little bit, because we've talked a little bit about video here and there, and we're obviously shooting a video right now, and I think we're both quite comfortable at it. I have a couple nails I'm not going to show on the screen here because I was biting them earlier because I was a little nervous. I mean, you don't get to like talk with like the national speaker at BombBomb every day. So it's really, again, it's an honor. But people have a fear of video. They really do, and they have all these like preconceived notions of what video should and shouldn't be. And goodness, it's so easy to do. And so
This is
just in general, I know like this is like one of your hot topics that like you love going around and talking about. So like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Like for people who want to do video and just don't know where to start, or think that like XYZ can't do this, like what would you say to someone who's scared about shooting a video?
Yeah. Well, video is not going anywhere, I think, is the first thing. A executive at Facebook said that he believes by the end of 2021 that the entire platform will be video, that there will not be any plain text statuses. We've seen a massive increase in video on social media and websites over the last handful of years. You can log on to just about any website, right? ESPN.com or whatever. You go on there, they're going to start auto playing video. So video is not going anywhere. And as a business, you got to be showing up on social media with video, right? We know this. Mm-hmm. So a few things on working through it, because I know that this is the number one thing that people struggle with video is the fear. And primarily it's usually I don't like the way I look, or I don't like the way my voice sounds. A lot of times it's also the perfectionism that they feel like it has to be perfectly polished and all of that. So the first thing that I would tell you on this is that this is the most normal human experience. We are used to experiencing the world from inside our own head. Even on a Zoom call, right? You're experiencing yourself more in real time. Whereas when you record a video, you're seeing yourself kind of outside of your own body. You're hearing your voice. And so it's a really normal thing. I often in sessions, I'll put up a slide where I have a bunch of different actor quotes of some, like Reese Witherspoon. We can all agree that Reese Witherspoon is objectively an attractive human being. And I have a quote where she says that she does not like watching herself on the screen. It makes her uncomfortable. So this is a really, really normal thing that we experience, and everyone has to work through it at one way or another. So that's my first piece that I always recommend on it. The second piece is the value that you have to bring your community, your clients, the universe, the world around you has absolutely nothing to do with all of those little things that you pick yourself apart about, right? We're all our own worst critics. And these things that are get in our heads that keep us from doing video are just that. They're things in our own head that keep us from doing video. I just had this experience today where I don't like the sound of my own voice, which is weird. I'm a paid speaker, but I don't watch my videos back because it gives me an opportunity to start critiquing myself or picking up on little variations in my speaking style. So I got a comment from someone who sat in one of my sessions back in February on Facebook today about how not only did I bring a ton of value, but they loved hearing me speak. They loved the sound of my voice, which was so shocking to me because for me, that is something that I think is a problem, that I feel like I'm good enough at my job that I can overcome the way my voice sounds. So this is normal. Everyone feels this way. The best thing you can do is just start doing it. And don't start big. Facebook Live is terrifying, okay? I am a paid speaker. I have done believe now 28 or 29 webinar sessions just since we went under lockdown. I am on camera all the time. When I have to do a Facebook Live for BombBomb, I get nervous. So don't start with Facebook Live. That's scary. But doing a quick like Instagram video, Instagram stories, in your business talking about, excited to open your doors again or to welcome customers back, that's not scary. Shooting
Yeah.
a quick video to your clients saying thank you. Thank you for being a client. That's nowhere near as intimidating. So you kind of have to do it. You just have to
Yeah.
do it.
Well, I kind of want to, before we wrap up here, I want to touch on two things. And the first thing, it's actually the very first time I got to hear you speak. You told this very, really just engaging story about a client that you had several kind of video conversations with, and I think they were just all on the asynchronous side, where they went back and forth via BombBomb, and out of nowhere, I think it was at a conference. You'll have to correct me on the story, but this person like ran up to you and did something unique. But you want to tell that story real quick?
Yeah, I don't even know which one you're talking about because this happens to me so often. Because I communicate primarily over video, right? We have a Gmail extension that puts our video recorder right in my inbox. So when someone sends me, an email saying, here's your session time, here's what to expect, blah, 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 I send a video back right away. Hey, thank you so much for sending that. I'm excited to come meet you. So very rarely when I show up somewhere has someone not seen a video. And this happens to me all the time, where I will walk into a room and I'm not really sure who I'm looking for because I've only seen their emails. And they see me, oh, Alicia, and people give you a hug. And they're hugging you because they feel like they already know you. And that's the connection piece, right? It's
Yeah.
an incredible tool to connect.
That's awesome. It's awesome, and maybe a little frightening too, because you probably had a couple random hugs of, oh wait, yes, I remember.
Yeah, for the most part, I love it when a client feels comfortable enough to come up and give me a hug. It's still taking a little getting used to when people want to take selfies with me. When I'm at an event and a stranger comes up and they're like, I watch your videos all the time. Can I take a picture with you? I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know why you want a picture of me, but yeah, let's do it. I'm so glad that I have impacted your business in that way.
That's cool. That's cool. All right. So last point is, a lot of us aren't doing business in our normal place of business. Like, we're both doing this call, this video chat from our homes.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of kind of fear and anxiety just around the surroundings in which you are actually doing a video. What would you have to say about that? And even like maybe you can touch on, I know that you can put on these really cool like Zoom backgrounds that help to like mask that. So like, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? And when just in that in general?
Yeah. Solidarity goes a long way. And most likely your customers, your clients, they are in their homes the same way that you are in their homes. The Associated Press did an article just a couple weeks ago that was talking about how we're seeing all of these celebrities in their homes, unfiltered, more natural, without professional hair and makeup. And we're seeing, Jimmy Fallon, for example, do shows from his house where his wife is holding the camera and he's trying to read jokes and his daughters are climbing all over him. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that this is not staged. This is Jimmy but just embracing the situation he's in. And the whole point of what the article said was it said that these celebrities that we're seeing in this more unfiltered in their homes, more natural, are actually increasing their social capital. And what the article closed with, it said, because we feel more connected to them. Mm-hmm. So your clients are in their homes too. It's okay for them to see you as you are. The president of our company has been doing webinars like I have, and he literally will be, it happened today on a session. We were doing a session and his daughters were FaceTiming him from upstairs, right? He had to keep turning his phone off, or you've got dogs, scratching at the door. It's okay because we're all in this same situation. I know we've heard the phrase, we're all in this together, probably 3 million times in the last couple months, but it's true.
3 million and one now.
3 million and one, but it's true because we're all in this together. It's not business as usual. In fact, it would be weirder for you to send a video out to your clients completely polished in a suit with a professional background. That would feel even more weird and insensitive to the situation we're at right now. So my personal feeling about the digital backgrounds and the green screens are, those are fun on a Zoom happy hour, or a green screen can be a really effective tool for a high level piece of marketing, but it's not relationship based. And if the goal of what you're doing is to connect with people and to maintain a relationship, then raw and authentic is going to be way better. So, if the kid runs into the room, it's fine. It's okay. They are having kids do the same. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to shoot a video out to your clients, completely in chaos, maybe with food on your sweatshirt, but all in all, authenticity is going to be way, way better than you trying to present an image of what's not really happening right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. So just kind of in closing, would you then maybe say that too much polish is maybe the enemy of connection?
Yeah, absolutely. There's been studies done on this. The Content Marketing Institute did a study on what they call visual realism. And basically, when something is too perfect and too polished, we tend to blur our eyes at it because we feel like we're being marketed to. We can't connect to it. When something is a little bit more natural and authentic, it feels human to us and we can connect to it. And that is the root of what we do. It's the root of what we believe in, that not only is authentic human connection better for your business, but it's better for you and it's better for your clients.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Alicia, I cannot thank you enough for taking your valuable time to come online and just have a nice discussion about, the kind of where our businesses are today and how they can grow and improve. I know you probably have about 17 more webinars that you've still got to do yet today.
Something like that.
But I want to go ahead and throw a slide up on the screen here real quick. The slide you're looking at right now has my contact information. It has Alicia's contact information. Reach out with us, connect with us on LinkedIn. We like doing this kind of stuff. So if you would like to see any maybe deep dives or would like maybe, Alicia, I know has some amazing pointers and just actionable tips and tricks and strategies on how to do amazing video. It's not salesy whatsoever. It's just an honest, candid, helpful way on how to level up your video game. I'd love to, have her maybe do that if you're interested. But again, any other types of content, anything that's surrounding around business, marketing, communication, connecting, experience, we would love to continue these conversations with you and for you to be a part of those. But once again, I just want to thank Alicia Berruti for her time. Again, my name's Tony Adams. Really appreciate you watching us and joining our conversation, and hope to have future conversations with you in the future.
Thank you.